Welcome back to the channel, guys. Now I wanted to bring you guys this now.
Welcome back to my platform, guys. I'm sorry about the last time with the audio confusion with the Mo 3, man. That won't never happen again. My bad. I'm just learning how to work the equipment, so y'all got to be patient with me and work with me. But my bad about the last audio difficulty with the technology last time. But welcome back to my platform. Those who came back, those who didn't, like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Y'all already know we're gonna talk about rapper Boston Richie with his girlfriend viral. That's why I say you can't be famous these days. People be all up in your business.
Now viral clip of Florida rapper Boston Richie, who is 28 years old, snatching his 19-year-old girlfriend's phone out of her hand. Her name is Tatiana Chanel. She's a popular IG model. Let's go ahead and get straight into this clip.
What the? Oh. What? Burton? That's Shorty?
Yes, it is Shorty.
That's a little young joint?
Yes. The Tatiana girl? Yes. Ooh. Don't get clipped. Okay. Yeah.
And
Oh.
no.
Once this video was posted, of course, now it's blowing up and a lot of people are talking about it on Twitter, on TikTok, and on Instagram. Now, I want to go ahead and analyze this clip just to get into a little further details of what's really going on here, okay? Now, we can see in this clip, it seems like Boston Richie and Tatiana Chanel are standing outside of like a party or a bar or a club or something like that, right? And then we can see, and I don't think that a lot of people notice this, but before Boston Richie decides to get aggressive and snatch the phone out of her hand, we can see that he's actually reaching over for her phone. Now, it's hard to see. We only see him reaching over in the beginning of the clip, and we don't really see Tatiana, so I think it's hard for a lot of people to see, you know, her facial expression, what's going on, what's really going on. But we see his arm reaching over, right?
Really
so he tries to reach over for her phone, and it seems like, okay, because we can't see her, she wasn't trying to give him her phone. That's when he decides to get aggressive, and this is no excuse for him, okay? I'm just analyzing, like I said, what's going on here. But then that's when he decides to get aggressive. He completely snatches the phone out of her hand. Now he's getting upset, he's arguing with her, and we can't hear the audio. And when I say we can't hear the audio, we can hear the people in the car recording the video, but we cannot hear what Tatiana and Boston Richie are exactly saying. But if you guys look closely, you can see that Tatiana is mouthing, "Can I get my phone? Give me my phone," okay? Now, the more that she's saying that, Boston Richie, he seems to be getting more upset, and he's arguing with her, and then he starts to get very aggressive to where his friends had to get in the middle to break these two up. It doesn't seem like Tatiana was trying to get aggressive with him, but it seems like he was being very aggressive towards Tatiana, and he was very, very upset. Now, of course, people are not happy about this. You guys see these comments? Okay, people are very, very upset because it already was a big thing when it was reported that Tatiana and Boston Richie were actually together in a relationship just, I think, a year ago or 2 years ago, because people did not like the dynamic of their relationship. And when I mean the dynamic, I mean the age gap. Obviously, Tatiana, she's 19 years old, while Boston Richie is 28 years old. And it was even reported and said that allegedly that he was messing around with her when she was underage, or since she was underage. So people really didn't like that because they really felt like Boston Richie, he groomed this girl. So now seeing that he's being aggressive with her, snatching phones out of her hand, we're like, oh yeah, this girl, she has to get away from this rapper. Now, what I want to say about this clip, I'm actually glad that this clip dropped and it hit the blogs. And I'm not saying that I'm happy about what happened in the clip. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm happy about what happened in the clip. I'm saying that I'm happy about the clip dropping, because this honestly shows a lot of girls who kind of start to get envious or jealous or feel some type of way about these girls who seem like they have it all while they're dating a rapper. They're getting Chanel bags, they're getting this money, they're bragging, right?
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, 108.
right, about everything they have. And this is no shade towards Tatiana, because I understand she's like an IG model, she's an influencer, so that's a part of her brand, though. Kind of basically flaunting what she has or what she gets. I get it, you know.
Way too young, though.
That's the way that she makes her money, as well as getting it from Boston Richie. But sometimes it is a thing where they're trying to flaunt what they have, like, oh, I have this, I have that, what do you have? You can kind of tell that type of attitude. And it's just like, yes, we're happy for you, especially if you got it on your own as an independent woman.
Like, you gotta be 30 and up.
But showing certain girls and giving the example that all you have to do is mess with a rapper or an NBA player or a singer or a celebrity of any sort just to get money or Chanel bags, I don't think is the best example.
She say no kids, rent paid, bald hair laid.
Now, it's quite surprising because we know that Tatiana Chanel and Boston Richie have been through some stuff, especially with him, you know, obviously being able to do what he wants and mess with other women.
That's what it is.
But we didn't know that it was this bad. In fact, it seems like things was good between the two just a few months ago, because Tatiana, I couldn't help but to see she posted and she said, this man paid off my whole year of rent. Consistently cleans the house for me, grocery shops for me. She's talking about how Boston Richie, he does all of this stuff for her. He's cooking her breakfast and how she absolutely loves it. Basically, you know, bragging and letting people know about what Boston Richie does for her. So of course we would have never thought that things like this would be going on behind the scenes, but what's done in the dark, look, it always comes to the light. And the only thing that I had a problem with the way that Tatiana Chanel was flexing about all of the things that she was getting is obviously we're not knowing and seeing everything. What I don't like about a lot of influencers or some influencers is that they don't show the whole perspective. They don't show everything. They just show the good. And
that's what I be trying to tell y'all. These people on social media, they only show y'all the good part. They don't show y'all the bad part, what's going on. They just show y'all the good part. That them highlights, them reels, man, you can't be comparing yourself to people on social media because you don't know what they going through behind closed doors to get that or to get that moment. For real, bro. That's real talk.
We have a lot of people thinking that they live these lifestyles that they're not actually living, when behind the scenes they're living in a lot of darkness.
And I just found out a lot of these rappers really not rich. Like I met some rappers, bitch. Like I'm really on the same level as them. I'm just not living like them. You feel me? But bitch, they ain't got no more money than I got. They ain't. You feel me? They just looking good. You feel me? Shit just be looking good.
A lot of low vibration, a lot of toxicity, and sometimes things like this is happening. Like, we can only imagine what this man is doing to her behind the scenes if he's so comfortable doing stuff like this in public, which is very, very unfortunate. And I just want girls to know, like, you don't have to go through this with a rapper or celebrity or anybody just to be connected to someone big and just to get certain things. Now, if this is the lifestyle that you want to live and you don't mind, hey, by all means necessary. But I will warn you, no amount of money is worth your mental health, your physical health, and your emotional well-being. A lot of girls will trade in their physical, their mental, their emotional well-being just to have a Chanel bag, just to have money. And that's just not okay. I understand a lot of people want the luxurious things. This generation can be very, very shallow. Some people, I'm not going to say all, but a lot of people can be very, very shallow to where they just want the luxurious things by any means necessary, where they're willing to risk a lot. But I promise y'all, it is not worth it. Now Tatiana Chanel's enemy is now laughing at her because this video was put out, and I call her enemy because we know these two were going back and forth over Boston Richie at one point, so he's been doing our girl Tatiana wrong. But her name is Ari J, I believe that's the way you say her name. But she posted about this situation. She said bees will get beat just to end up with a Chanel bag, and then she laughs at her and she's like, I didn't have to get beat on and cheated on just to get funds. Okay, now this is embarrassing for Tatiana, and I'm just questioning, is this something that you want to constantly do, get embarrassed by this man? Because if it starts off like if this is happening now, you can only imagine what's going to happen in a few more years. So obviously this is not something you want to deal with, but it's very embarrassing, and you don't want to have your man embarrassing you like this and giving your enemies and these women something to talk about. But secondly, who would want to deal with the man being this aggressive? Honestly, it seems like Boston Richie has a lot of work to do on himself. I'm not going to say that he's the most horrible person in the world for snatching a phone and all this stuff and getting aggressive. I'm going to say that he needs to work on his anger, and he doesn't need to be in a relationship with Tatiana Chanel. I'm also going to reiterate myself and say we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Now, also another thing that I want to mention in this video is that people have to stop acting like luxurious things, Chanel bags, and a lot of money is your personality. That is not a personality. Tatiana Chanel, she is very gorgeous, and being gorgeous is a personality. Beautiful. That is not it either, okay? She's very gorgeous. She's definitely not HATING on her, because I don't have anything against her, okay? But in this day and age, people act like having a lot of money, having a Chanel bag is a whole personality trait, and it's honestly just not. To keep a lot of women from going through situations like this, you really have to have morals and values, because once these men with money, these rappers, these guys, these athletes, they know that you're all down to do anything just for the money, or you know, your whole personality trait is trying to get a bag, they will use you for that, and they will treat you just like that. They know, oh, she just wants money, so I'm going to treat her the way that I want to treat her. And a lot of times when these guys take care of you, she even said he paid her full year's rent. Okay, if a guy is doing something like that, he's going to expect you to deal with a lot, and I just don't honestly think it's worth it. A lot of women, a lot of girls will be like, look, I'm young, I have years, it's okay, I can deal with it. But in all honesty, you have to think about the fact that stress will start to wear and tear on you when you get older. So never think that I'm too young, I'm good, it's okay that I'm going to go through this, because honestly, it will start to wear and tear on you and show on you as you get older. So of course, these people are grown, okay? We all up in their business from a video that was posted that wasn't even supposed to be recorded. But look, y'all, everything happens for a reason. That's just the honest truth about everything. Everything happens for a reason. This was meant to be recorded. It was meant to be posted, and it's out on the blogs for a reason. I think the lesson that a lot of young ladies and a lot of young women can learn from this is basically do not be with these guys for their bag, for their money, and just know if you are going to do it, this is something that a lot of women, unfortunately, old or young, deal with sometimes with these men. They get put through a lot of things because they have these men taking care of them. And if Tatiana, she has her own money, she should not be getting anything from Boston Richie. That's what I would have to say. I don't think that she should be taking anything from him, letting him pay for anything, because he's going to hold that over her head and feel like he can treat her however he wants to treat her. He needs to work on himself and do the work and get his anger in check before trying to be in a relationship. Obviously, there's a lot of trust issues. And the last thing that I will say, because this is very, very important, guys, please find someone who loves you for you. Okay, that's real, because a lot of the thing that a lot of beautiful women will go through and face is that they'll get with a man who acts like they love them, and they'll think it's love because this man is providing and doing all of the things, but in actuality, this man just fell in love with the benefits that he could get from her. And some of the benefits can be, okay, she's young, right? Boston Richie, obviously he went for Tatiana because she was young. So
thank you.
He probably feels like, okay, she doesn't have that many bodies. I'm her first. Okay, that's luxury for me as a man, right? But he fell in love with that, not her. That. He probably feels like, okay, she hasn't dated a lot of people. I like that about her as well. She looks good. But that's not a person falling in love with you for you. They're just falling in love with the benefits. And that's the problem when you're dating a person with narcissistic traits or who are just a narcissist in general, because they fall in love with the benefits that they get from you, but not you. So it's easy for them to put their hands on you, call you out of your name. This is why a lot of people don't understand why a person gets so volatile or they get so angry and aggressive with a person who they claim they love, because they don't actually love that person. They love the benefits that they get from being with that person. So of course they can't empathize with you. They don't have any sympathy for you when they yell at you or scream at you or put their hands on you, because they only fell in love with the benefits that they were getting from you. Okay, and a lot of people, sometimes they can't differentiate, and it's not even love. A lot of times it's just lust. A lot of people can't differentiate what's love and what's lust, or if a person actually loves me for me, or the benefits that they get from me, because sometimes it can seem very similar. It can seem like, oh, this person really loves me, but in actuality it's just the benefits. So, and it's unfortunate because a lot of beautiful women go through this, right? A man will have a woman who is absolutely beautiful, and it may seem like he absolutely loves her, but in actuality he doesn't. He just likes the benefits that he gets. She's just arm trophy. She's just a trophy on his arm. Okay, he likes the fact that when he walks in a room with her, that everybody is looking at him and her, and he gets this attention. So it's very, very unfortunate. Like I said, a lot of beautiful, cute, pretty, gorgeous girls will go through this, and that's why a lot of times they be really heartbroken, and they have a lot of trust issues when they get out of these relationships. And some people give up on love because they go through a lot, okay? Because sometimes it's hard to tell whether a person loves you or not. But I will tell you, in this situation, it's very easy to tell, because with him doing this,
because she's young,
with him getting this upset, with him not being able to control himself, he might not be able to control himself, because he might not love himself. Okay, that's why I say he needs to work on himself. And then maybe he can, be with someone. But I don't think that he should be with a 19-year-old. That's all I'm going to say to end off this video. You guys let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Once again, thank you for watching Room for Tea. See you guys in my next video. Have a blessed rest of your night.
For real.
Wherever you go.
Thanks for watching, y'all, man. Don't forget to smash them thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm going to be coming back to y'all with more motivation and telling y'all my story and introduction and who I am. So right now, I'm just doing reaction videos. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to share this video. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you very much for watching.